How y'all doing? I thank God for being here today. When Brother Jeremy and his mom, Sister Miller, they came to me and they said they wanted me to speak. And they told me that the title of their catalog was I Am Determined. I knew I had to be a part of it. It's just such an amazing idea to be determined and to shoot for something that you want out of life. No matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is. How many of you guys ever had a dream or something that you wanted to be or wanted to become or wanted to achieve? I think we all have. And it takes a special mindset to be able to go out and conquer those dreams. I remember when I was 5 years old, I knew what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a professional athlete. Now, I'd never seen a professional athlete before, never met a professional athlete before. Nobody around me was a professional athlete. But I knew I wanted to be a professional athlete. But the thing is, what I didn't know is the minute you say you want something, right? The minute you identify something that you want in life, God constructed the world in such a way, the universe in such a way, that you get met with a whole lot of mountains. And these mountains are not designed to stop you from having the thing you want. That's not why they're there. Those mountains want you to prove that you want what you say you want. And see, if you decide that you really want what you say you want, you'll understand that those mountains can't hurt you. So I'm 5 years old. I decided that's what I wanted to be. Started playing basketball because I wanted to go to the NBA every day. My mom got frustrated with me because that's all I wanted to do. And every time I would lose, I would come home crying. And she would tell me I don't need to play no ball because I don't understand the difference between how to win and how to lose. But I kept doing it, and I kept doing it. And when I got to high school, nobody was surprised when I was the best basketball player in my high school. When I was the best basketball player in my area. But like I said, the moment you want something, you get presented with these mountains. See, I was great as an athlete, great on the court. My senior year, I averaged over 21 points a game, 11 rebounds. But I struggled in the classroom. And I remember going to my guidance counselor and telling him, saying, listen, man, I need some help. I want to go to college. I know I can play Division I basketball. I know I can get a college degree. And he said, well, let's look at your information. Let's see what you got. And he pulls up my information. And he says, hey, man, you're not taking any of the classes that anybody would be on pace to go to college is taking. He said, furthermore, your GPA is not that great. He said, I hate to be the one to have to tell you this, but you're going to have to find something else to do. That's a new mountain. But I took his advice. I went and got a job at Walmart. And I remember working at Walmart every day, being frustrated, unhappy, because I wasn't doing what I felt like I was supposed to be doing, right? And every day I would just feel like I was a failure. And then one particular day, something strange happened. And it wasn't just like this miraculous thing, it was just a question. Didn't you say you wanted to be a professional athlete? Why are you working at Walmart? That's different, right? So I get up and I go to Walmart and quit my job. Now, I've been working at Walmart for over a year. So I'm 19 years old. I go to Walmart, quit my job. I heard about this college over a year prior called Ranger College in Texas. I knew they had a basketball team. That's all I knew about the school. I went to the bus station to buy a bus ticket. I tell the lady that I want to go to Ranger College, and she tells me how much the round trip ticket is. And I don't have enough money to pay for this ticket. But see, these mountains are really illusions, right? Like, it's not real. It's just an illusion. So I said, well, how much is the one way? Because see, when you're going to accomplish what you meant and been sent to go accomplish, you don't need to go back. I didn't need a round trip ticket. She tell me how much it is, and I have just enough money to buy this ticket. Now, I've never been out of the state of South Carolina before a day in my life. I'm terrified. I get on this bus, and we start going. Now, if you ever rode a Greyhound bus before, you know, and I got a 2-day bus trip. This bus gonna stop 1,000,000 times before you get to where you're going. And every time that bus stopped, guess what I wanted to do? I wanted to get off and go back home. But what kind of ticket did I have? I couldn't go back. Didn't have no money. Got a one-way ticket. So I stay on this bus for 2 days. I get to Texas, get off the bus at the bus station and call the school. Now, how I'm explaining this is exactly how it happened. Meaning, all I did was buy the ticket, got on the bus, and went. I didn't apply for the school. I didn't enroll in the school. I didn't even know anybody at the school. So I get off the bus, call the school, ask for the basketball coach. Guy comes on the phone, so I tell him who I am. My name is Cory Jackson. I'm from South Carolina. I'm a power forward. I play basketball. I want to play basketball for you. The guy said, well, wait a minute, man. He said, before I can do anything, I'm going to need you to have your coaches call me, send me some stats, some film, to see if I even want to recruit you. I said, well, man, I can't do that. He said, why not? I said, well, I'm at the bus station, man. I need a ride. The phone goes silent. I thought the guy hung up. Finally, he said, well, how big are you? Now, at the time, I was about 6'5", 185 pounds. So naturally, I said, man, I'm 6'8". He said, if you ain't 6'8", I'm gonna leave you at the bus station. And he hang up the phone. Now, I got about 10 minutes to grow about 3 inches. The guy pulls up, get out the car, look me up and down, said, close enough, get in the car. So I'm thinking I'm home free. But then he started having a conversation and it went like this. He said, man, I don't know what you're gonna do. He said, school has already started. You haven't applied for the school, you haven't enrolled in the school. I don't even know if you can get into school. I don't know what you're gonna do. And then he said, I already have 25 basketball players on my team. I don't need another basketball player. He said, even if I did, I don't even have any scholarships for you. I don't know what you're gonna do. But I'm gonna drop you off at the mission office and good luck. So that's what he did. He dropped me off at the mission office. Now I'm in there, they're helping me get set up for school, and we get to the end of doing all this paperwork, and they ask the magic question. How you gonna pay for this? I don't have not now a dime. I said, well, I think I got a good idea. I'll be back. I walk out of the missions office, and to the right, about 100 yards away was a gym. And I could see the gym. So I just started walking towards the gym. Now, as I get closer and closer to this gym, I can see that the doors are open. And then I get closer and closer, I can hear the guys in there playing. So I walk in, I sit down, start watching them play. A little bit of time go by, the coach walks up and says, hey man, the guy's just playing pickup. He said, if you want to get in the next game, feel free to go get in. I said, okay. The next game started. I walk onto the court, and I'm on the court for about 30 seconds before something happens. We start playing. Guy on my team takes this horrible, awkward-looking three-point shot. I know he's gonna miss. So I'm running to the paint to get position to get the rebound. But there's 3 other guys running to the paint too. So now we all fight for position. Ball flying through the air. Ball hits the back of the rim, pops straight up. So I jump. These other 3 guys jump too. Now we all in the air fight for this one ball. But it was something those 3 guys didn't know about me. I just came 2 days on a bus. I don't have no money. I don't know where I'm gonna eat. I don't know where I'm gonna sleep. There's no way they're gonna get their hands on this ball. I get both hands on the ball, I'm directly in front of the rim. And so I slam it back in, and I'm swinging on the rim. Now these guys will fall into the floor. By the time from me slamming it back in to me coming down off the rim, the coach literally was on the court. And he had these t-shirts and team apparel in his hand. He said, everybody stop, nobody move. He said, look, man, I don't know where you came from or why you came here, but you don't have to worry about nothing. We want you on this team. To see, at that moment, I thought I made it. But see, God set this universe up to challenge you, to see if you really, really want what you say you want. I'm on the team. And we had a guy on the team that I was playing behind. We played the same position named Big Mo. And he was our #1 recruit. Big Mo playing all the game, I'm sitting on the bench. I'm thinking, I came 2 days on this bus just to sit on the bench behind a guy that I'm better than. I don't know if you've ever been in a position where you know you was better, but yet you still had to be behind. That's not a good feeling. And so I had to make a decision. The first thought was, man, just go home. That's the first thought. The second thought was, what can I do about it? And see, our school didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't have like trainers and people that like work us out. So I created my own weight program. And I started training myself. And I remember my teammates used to start trying to figure out what was going on because my body started changing. And they started following me, and the next thing you know, they're at the weight room with me. Now I'm training all of my teammates. And then one day, one of my teammates seen me, he said, hey man, you heard the news? I said, what news? He said, Big Mo just quit the team. He said, it's your time to shine, man. I'm excited, I'm ready. Coach calls me in the office and said, you probably heard the news by now. Big Mo quit the team. I said, yeah, I did, I heard the news. He says, you probably thinking you should be up next. I said, yes, sir. He said, well, we're gonna start this other guy. Still on the bench. See, that word determination is a really, really, really funny word. Because it's a personal thing. See, you get plenty of opportunities to quit. Plenty of reasons, right? Plenty of reasons to quit. Determination, you have to defy all those reasons. You have to say, I know, I understand, I get it, but I'm gonna keep going anyway. And so I made up my mind that the next time I got in the game, it don't matter if I play 1 second, I'm gonna give it all I got, and the coach ain't gonna be able to take me out of this game. Next game started, I'm sitting on the bench, waiting. They put me in the game, and I lose it. I'm grabbing all the rebounds, I'm dunking on people, I'm blocking shots, I'm doing all I can do. Funny thing, from that day to this day, I never sat on the bench again. Ever. So I stayed at this school for 2 years, and I graduated. I was only 1 or 2 athletes that graduated that year. And I earned a scholarship to the University of Nevada, which is a Division I school, which was the type of school that everybody said I wasn't going to be able to play at. You're not going to be a Division I athlete. You're not going to be able to get a college degree. Not only was I a Division I athlete, I was one of the top power forwards in the nation my senior year at the University of Nevada. So I'm thinking, this is it. I'm about to go to the NBA. It's happening. They had the NBA draft, and I didn't get drafted. So they invited me out to LA to play in the summer league to see if I can sign with a team as a free agent. I go out, I play, do really well, still didn't get signed. So I got a bunch of offers to go over to Europe to play basketball. So I said, well, I still can live out my dream of being a professional athlete and play basketball in Europe. But before I do that, because they told me that I couldn't get a degree, and I have one, I'm gonna go ahead and get another one. And then I'll go to Europe and play basketball. So when I get back on campus, I ran into one of the football coaches. And the guy came up and said, hey man, I'm a huge fan of yours, man. He said, listen, I watched all the games. You know, I think you're a great athlete. But man, you've been playing the wrong sport. I said, what you mean? He said, man, you should be playing football. He said, did you know you get 5 years of college eligibility? He said, you use 4 in basketball, but you got a 5th year. You can play any sport you like. I said, nah, man, I didn't know that. He said, the reason why I'm telling you this is, with your athleticism and your size, I'm telling you, I think you can make it as a football player. So I took him at his word, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go play. I get on the team, they give me my pads, my helmet, all this equipment. I look just like a football player. Now it's a big deal at my school because this basketball star didn't turn football player, so it's media everywhere, cameras, media people, and I go out there and I'm ready to go. And I'm literally the worst player on the team. I'm not even exaggerating, I mean the worst player on the team, hands down. It was so bad that a group of my teammates pulled me to the side and said, hey, listen, man, we know you can go to Europe and play basketball right now and get paid. So why don't you just do that? I said, we got the media out here, these people watching you, and you're embarrassing yourself. Another opportunity to quit. I said, yeah, I know, but I never quit anything before. So I said, I'm gonna stick it out, you know, I'm gonna see what happens. I get all the way to the last game of the season, and I only played 12 plays. Not 12 games, 12 plays. And in those 12 plays, I had 1 tackle, 1 blocked field goal, and 1 pass breakup. That was my career stats. The season ended, I went back to focusing on finishing school and getting ready to go to Europe to play basketball. But then one day my phone rang, and it's one of my football coaches. He said, hey man, what you doing? I said, man, I'm at the apartment hanging out, what's going on? He said, hey man, I got about 30 NFL scouts up here asking about you. I said, what you mean? He said, I got 30 NFL scouts at the weight room right now asking about you. I need you to get up here. I get in the car, drive up there, walk into the weight room, and it's all these scouts in there. And they know who I am. Like, hey, Cory, how you doing? They touching me, feeling me, you know? I'm like, this is strange. And they said, listen, will you work out for us? I said, okay, I'll do a workout. And so they started putting me through this workout. And I go through the whole workout, completed the workout, and at the end, they just walked off. They didn't say anything. I'm like, wow, I guess I didn't do that well, you know? And I'm walking off the field in this direction, they going that way. And my phone starts ringing. I answer the phone, and this unfamiliar voice comes on the phone and says, hey man, I'm an NFL agent. I heard you did fantastic in your workout today. I want to represent you. I hang up with this guy, my phone rings again. Now agent is just blowing up my phone. So I signed with an agent. God tells me, say, listen man, you're gonna get drafted. He said, now you're not going in the early rounds. He said, but later on in the draft, you're gonna get drafted. We got about 8 teams, they're gonna pick you. I said, okay. So I'm watching the draft. And as we get closer and closer to the later rounds, we get to like the 5th round, I'm excited. I'm in front of the TV. And we go through the 5th round, the 6th round, and it was only 7 rounds, and nobody called my name. So we get to the 7th round, they start calling names. They go fast at the end. So they call the names real fast. We get to the last name, and guess what happened? Nobody called my name. Now I'm sitting there like, this dude lied. He told me they was going to draft me. So, but before I can really complete that thought, my phone started ringing. I answered the phone. This guy comes on the phone and said, hey, Cory, I want to congratulate you on becoming a Cleveland Brown. He said, we signed you as a rookie free agent. You got your agent on the other end of the phone, and we're working out the contract right now. See, that determination is a funny word because all the reason you have to stop, you have just as many reasons to keep going. It's just a little harder to see. And see, I'm blessed to be able to hear. See, when I heard those words, man, I thought you said you wanted to be this. It clicked that nothing could stop me from being it. It wasn't set up that way. It wasn't designed that way. It wasn't designed to stop me. It was just testing me to see if I really wanted what I said I wanted. And so I tell people, they ask me, how did I get to the NFL? And I can only tell them that, the number one, right? And they're like, what do you mean the number one? I said, the number one is the reason why I got to the NFL. Because one day, I had this one thought, to quit this one job, to purchase this one ticket that only traveled one way, made one phone call, made one shot, played football for one semester, had one pass breakup, one block field goal, one tackle for loss. And one day, I got one phone call from one NFL team, and I signed my first contract. Determination. Thank you, guys.